to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get crazy. It's gonna be loud. This is our house. We do what we wanna. We'll blow the roof out. Everybody's coming. It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get. I live for this. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of finale, I will never feel no fear. First the reaper gotta catch me. I don't care who got the next crown. I'm the true and living right now. Thought you lived to see my last breath? Go ahead and put your best down. Run with the wolves and we unify. Hungry enough to eat you alive. We never breaking formation. I live and die for this crew of mine. Been to the bottom, dehumanized. Found my divinity through the fire. Pushed through it all and I stood tall. That's cause a legend can never die. I'm unstoppable. Yeah. Here I come. I'm unstoppable. Yes. When it's done, I'll be the one. I'm unstoppable. Yes. Here I come. Here I come. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm here to stay for the long run. You'll fade away before I'm done. Like it or not, I'm at your door. Open the gate cause here I come. You undefeated with no scars. You must have came here to earn some. Before me you never knew no loss. I'm happy to give you your first one. I came to go for the gusto. You in the trench with a cutthroat. Bring me your best, I'ma crush those. Ballin' like I took a blood oath. Feed off the pressure that's in the air. The smell of it thicker than gun smoke. I persevere when the end is near. Watch as my destiny unfolds. I'm unstoppable. Yeah. Here I come. I'm unstoppable. Yes. When it's done, I'll be the one. I'm unstoppable. Yes. Here I come. Here I come. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. Let's go! Yes! I am eternal! I'm unstoppable! Yeah! Here I come! I'm unstoppable! Yeah! When it's done, I'll be the one! Come on. I'm unstoppable! Yes! Here I come! Here I come! I'm unstoppable! I'm unstoppable! I'm unstoppable! Up like we do. No one does us like we do. Always go hard with this crew. Welcome to the show, let's make moves. Nothing's gonna stop us, it's not to get rough. Turn the whole room up, it's never enough. Let's go, 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 let's go. You call us King Kong, here we come, running through the door. Don't wait long, don't blink twice. Going, we're going, we're gone. Let's go, 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 let's go. Let's go.
Exit mode set to launch. Higher, 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 higher. Kicking on smoke and spitting fire. Say what you will, call me a liar. Don't believe me, look in my eye. Better suit up for a showdown. Give me that kingdom, hand me my crown. This is my time, I've waited long enough. I'm taking my moment, don't matter how it was. No regrets, no matter how hard it gets. I'm going for greatness. This is my time, I've waited long enough. I'm taking my moment, don't matter how it was. No regrets, no matter how hard it gets. I'm going for greatness. I'm going for greatness. Yeah, yeah, for greatness. Here I go, up to the top. I'll be the greatest of all time, full stop. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're gone. It's a knockout, you ain't getting up from. Faster, stronger, all lasts longer. This is no joke, I came to conquer. Blind ambition, fame is my monster. World's a stage and this is my concert. Gonna rise up, gonna throw down. Give me that kingdom, hand me my crown. This is my time, I've waited long enough. I'm taking my moment, don't matter how it was. No regrets, no matter how hard it gets. I'm going for greatness. This is my time, I've waited long enough. I'm taking my moment, don't matter how it was. No regrets, no matter how hard it gets. I'm going for greatness. I'm going for greatness. Yeah, yeah, for greatness. G-O-A-T, greatest of all.
2,000 on thermometers, 2,000 surrounding us. Travel 2,000 kilometers to hang out with us. What's up, danger? What's up, danger? Hey, didn't know they doubted us. Makes it that more marvelous. Sign them up, cause ominous vibes and I get synonymous. What's up, danger? Hey, don't be a stranger. Cause I like high chances that I might lose. I like it all on the edge, just like you. Hey, I like tall buildings so I can leap off of them. I go hard with it, no matter how dark it is. I'm insane, but on my toes. I could keep the world balanced on my nose. I had a slumber party with all my foes. Now I wear them like a badge of honor on my clothes. If I'm crazy, I'm on my own. If I'm waiting, it's on my throne. If I sound lazy, just ignore my tone. Cause I'm always gonna answer when you call my phone. Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger? Don't be a stranger. What's up, danger? 200 miles per hour with a blindfold on. Mama always asking, where did I go wrong? What's up, danger? What's up, danger? Travel 200 miles, I'm knocking at your door. And I don't really care if you ain't done wrong. Come on, what's up, danger? Don't be a stranger. I like it when trouble brews, I won't dare change. I like it when there's turbulence on my airplanes. I like it when I sense things that I can't see yet. Swimming with sharks when they ain't feed yet. Cause I like high chances that I might lose. I like it all on the edge, just like you. Ay, I like tall buildings so I can leap off of them. I go hard with it, no matter how dark it is. If I'm crazy, I'm on my own. If I'm waiting, it's on my throne. If I sound lazy, just ignore my tone. Cause I'm always gonna answer when you call my phone. Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger? Can't stop me now. I said I got you now. I'm right here at your door. I won't leave.
This fight, I've seen it before. It gets as bad as it can get. And most of the time, you don't win it.
You remember where you came from. And you remember what he did to you last time, right?
You lost that fight, Rock, for all the wrong reasons. You lost your edge. Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger and the edge. And now you gotta get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
You know, there's only 3 steps into that ring. And tonight it's gonna look as high as a mountain. When we climb through them ropes, it's gonna be the loneliest place in the world, because you're gonna be in there with another fighter who wants to take you out. Are you here to prove something to other people, or prove something to yourself?
A lot of people live with hurt.
A lot of people don't have a choice, I do.
This guy just don't want to win, you know. He wants to bury you, he wants to humiliate you. He wants to prove to the whole world that it was nothing but some kind of a freak the first time.
Maybe the only thing I can do is take everything he's got.
All your strength, all your power, all your love, everything you've got.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I must break you. Go for it.
Good evening and welcome to Burnett Park for a beautiful night of Mustang softball as the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs, the number 2 team in Class 4A, will be hosting the number 6 Southeast Polk Rams from 5A in the CIML. We are here for, we were talking about this before it came on the air. There's no huge wind. It's not 100 degrees. There's no rain.
This is about as perfect as it gets out here. I mean,
you can't ask for much better than this for an Iowa softball summer.
We've had it all weather-wise, and tonight it's perfect. And the stands are packed.
They are. We've got youth night tonight where all the girls were recognized from the youth program, the DCG Youth Softball Association. We're all out here, and they had a couple of kids that won some autographed visors and an autographed softball from the varsity team. So fun night for them. And we're going to stop here for a second while we do the introductions.
Batting third, first baseman, number 26, Kennedy Boru. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 21, Jesselyn Stairs. Batting fifth, playing center, number 9, Jaden Woods. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 1, Kaylee Timetree. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 15, Carter Price. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 11, Ivy Orocco. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 31, Henra Brooker. And at the flex position, playing second, number 12, Lexi West. Coach is Tia Stiles. Now, let's meet the starters for your Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs. Leading off, right fielder, number 1, Delaney Fetters. Batting second, first baseman, number 11, Jenna Gray. Batting second base, number 28, Kale Montag. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 20, Genevieve York. Batting sixth, catcher, number 13, Addison Lennon. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 27, Tessa Jones. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 24, Sophia Baumann. And batting number 9, designated player number 14, J.C. Jameson. Vice position, left fielder, number 9, Denali Amos. Assistant coaches Kylie Miracle, Caitlin Lindeque, and head coach Todd Miracle. And now we ask that you please stand, remove your caps, and direct your attention to the flag in center field as we honor America and those who protect our freedom with the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, we are ready to roll.
Let's have some fun tonight.
Yes. The pregame just gives me goosebumps every time.
Yeah, they do a great job with the pregame here, and the field looks phenomenal. The weather's great. What more could you want?
So just a real quick recap of the starting lineups for the Southeast Polk Rams, who entered tonight with a 22-9 record, come in as the 6th-rated team in 5A. They lead off with number 10, Hallie Clark, in shortstop, followed by number 3, Ava Miller, the left fielder. Kennedy Barode is number 26, playing first base. Jesslyn Stairs, number 21, playing third base. Number 9, Jalen Woods is playing center field. Number 1, Kaylee Tamantri is the catcher. Number 15, Carter Price is pitching. Number 11, Ivy Oroko is the DP. And number 31, Kenna Brooker is playing right field. In the flex position at second base is Lexi West. The Mustangs counter with their pretty standard lineup here. We do have a change in left field as Jenna Morrison has been out with a bum knee here, but Denali Amos in left, Addie Abens in center, Delaney Fetters in right. Across the infield we go Genevieve York, Sophia Baumann, Kale Montag, and Jenna Gray. Pitching is Tessa Jones, and behind the plate is Addison Liddon.
It's going to be a fun test for the Mustangs tonight. Southeast Polk, like you said, ranked 6th in 5A, so a step up for the Mustangs, 22-9 on the year, Southeast Polk.
It will be not a whole lot different than what they faced this weekend, as they saw 3 5A teams up in Linn-Mar, and the only one that beat them was Linn-Mar.
Yeah, and only by 1 run.
A very close game.
Yeah, they really played well this weekend.
And per usual, Tessa Jones starts with strike 1, followed by strike 2. She has done a great job all year of getting out in front. of hitters early in games.
Yeah, that's exactly what the coach wants. Stay ahead of the hitters, and then you get to decide what they chase.
Tried to get her going upstairs, but a little too high, not quite competitive. The 2-1 pitch, or 1-2 pitch is ball low, so it evens the count at 2-2.
And Clark hitting a good 340 on the year.
Just what you'd want a leadoff hitter to do.
Absolutely.
Fouled the 2-2 pitch back. You want your leadoff hitters to force pitchers to throw lots of pitches so that their teammates in the dugout can see the arsenal.
She's taken 11 walks as well on the year, so that's another good number.
Continuing to foul pitches off. Count is 2-2, but she's thrown 6 pitches. Tessa Jones entered the game with a 17-2 overall record with 110 innings pitched. She has a 190 batting average against, having given up 83 hits, and a 1.25 ERA as she gives that single out to right field.
Yeah, just past the outstretched arm of Kale Montag there. Nice piece of hitting for Clark.
So Mustang defense will be tested right away. We'll see if Southeast Polk likes to bunt and move around. Our Genevieve York is crashing in, as was Jenna Gray, but ball one high.
Ava Miller comes in with a 353 batting average for Southeast Polk.
She swings through that one for strike one. What do you got for Clark on stolen bases?
Let's take a look here.
Pops the bunt up, and Addison with the play for the first out of the inning.
Clark is 7 of 8.
Okay, so not a lot, but she's been efficient when she goes. That brings up number 26, first baseman Kennedy Barode. Sorry about that. I will probably butcher that a time or two tonight.
Well, she's their big hitter, too, hitting 463 on the year. She's got 9 home runs.
Takes ball one high. While Miller squared the bunt, I don't think that we'll see Barode do that.
No.
Nice strike there on the outside corner by Tessa. Evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, head coach Stiles is going to say, swing away.
You've heard me say this before, but this 1-1 pitch is the most important pitch in the at-bat because now she's down, Tessa's down behind 2-1 on the count. So she's really got to come back, and it puts the batter in a much better position. She does hit that pitch on the inside corner. Good way to even the count there.
We're talking about youth softball night. Stands are completely full. Poster night as well.
Yes. After the game, the girls will be able to get autographs from all their favorite varsity players. That one goes straight over our heads. Count stays even at 2-2. And I think there's a contingent of those youth players that are out chasing that foul ball.
I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. Little feet running everywhere.
Oh, it gets her out in front on the changeup to Genevieve, throws across for the out, and the runner advances to second. So nice changeup there by Tessa Jones to get Barode out in front of that for the 3-5 putout for the second out of the inning.
It's a big second out for Tessa there.
That brings up the cleanup hitter, number 21, Jesslyn Stairs, Southeast Polk's third baseman.
Hitting 347 on the year.
Swinging away from the left-hand side. But Tessa starts her with strike one on the foul ball. Good pitch there on the changeup, but couldn't get her to bite.
Stairs for Southeast Polk has 25 RBIs on the year as well.
Reason she's in that cleanup spot.
Yeah.
She smacks one out to left field or left center field, but Addie Avens moves to her right to make the play for the F8. So at the end of a half inning, we have no runs for Southeast Polk. They did have one hit and one left on base, but no DCG errors as we move to the bottom of the first.
Yes, I thank you again to Charter Bank, our sponsor all year long. Charter Bank offers a full line of bank products to fit your needs, including home loans, consumer loans, and business loans, ag loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, and CDs. Chart your success with Charter Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Special shout out to them for supporting us all season long.
Yeah, we love that.
So Southeast Polk will have Carter Price, a sophomore from Southeast Polk, in the circle. Her record on the season is 12-6. She, just like Tessa, has thrown 110 innings. She has a batting average against of 277, so a few more batters getting hits off her than Tessa. Granted, they're playing in that Class 5A, so we got to keep that in mind. But her ERA is a very impressive 2.74 with a 1.46 whip, which means that per game, about 1.5 batters get on base per inning.
Yeah, they play in that vaunted CIML. That's a tough conference.
They have some good softball teams there.
Yeah.
But the Mustangs will counter with Delaney Fetters, Jenna Gray, and Addie Abens to lead off the bottom of the first here, as they have for most of the second half of the season.
Fetters hitting .415 on the year. Really seems like she's done a great job. We've said this before, but when she got moved to that leadoff position,
she just continues to find a way to get on base. Takes strike one on the inside corner there. She's not afraid to lay down a bunt, though doesn't always do it with bases empty. Ooh, takes that pitch up and in. Evens count at 1-1.
That'll wake you up quick.
She's got to be ready to jump right back in there for this 1-1 pitch. Try to hit the ball hard somewhere. Fouls it just out of the reach of the catcher there.
They were talking about DCG over the weekend playing in that Linmar tournament. You know, beat Durant 4-3 and then turned around and beat Johnston 5-4. That's a big win for DCG.
And Pleasant Valley's another good team.
Yeah.
They beat them 8-1. And Delaney's continuing to see pitches there. And that Durant team, their number, they were in the top 5, I think, top 10 for sure in Class 2A, I believe. So they're no slouch.
No.
And they had the tying run on base, the winning run at the plate as the game ended.
Ooh.
Takes that one off the thigh. Didn't look like she tried too hard to get out of the way. Willing to take that one for the team. Hustles down to first base, which brings up Jenna Gray, who's leading our team in hitting with, what's she at, 484?
Yeah, she is 484. Yep, you nailed it. And still stuck on those 13 home runs that she had when we saw her last.
Uh-huh.
Fetters is 16 of 17 stolen bases this year as well.
Jenna's brother Tate hit a home run last night, and getting a little closer to her there in the family competition. Takes strike one on the outside corner.
I think they've got a tally board at home. You know they do, right?
At least mentally.
Yes. Depends on who's leading, I guess.
Little brother Bryson's probably the arbiter of such things.
Right.
Ooh, another one. Generous outside corner there. Gray falls behind 0-2. Delaney still down at first base. They have to battle back here with 2 strikes. Delaney with a nice stolen base there on the ball outside. That was actually a pretty good pitch to throw on because it was on the outside, so it took the catcher away from Jenna to give her room to throw. But Delaney with a good break there, and able to get in there easily. Jenna swings through that for the first strikeout of the game. Addie Abens to the plate now, center fielder.
Carter Price, that's her 63rd strikeout of the year as well.
Addie's second on the team in home runs, probably second in RBIs as well.
Yeah, she's hitting .430, monster number.
Fists that one down the line for a foul ball.
You know, she's sitting right at 9 home runs. I think she's been there for a while. We got to get her off that number.
She hasn't hit one since Indianola, I don't think. But I just take a hard line drive right now. Square that thing up and send it somewhere.
She does have 37 RBIs on the year as well.
And Addie falls behind 0-2 just like Jenna did. And fists one there up the middle. Second baseman comes over to make a nice play for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Kale Montag, second baseman.
Next up for the Mustangs, the cleanup hitter playing second base.
397 is her average on the year. You know, the second baseman there, Lexi West for Southeast Polk, made a really nice play, but I thought Fetters did a great job of getting back and holding, so she didn't get force out there.
No double off.
Yeah.
Price is doing a very nice job here, hitting those corners, and even the contact that we've made has been not on the sweet spot of the bat.
Yeah,
and,
she is definitely, like you just said, it's corner after corner.
And I think that our hitters are feeling like that pitch is inside, but he's giving it to them.
You have to adjust. We always say consistency if he's going to call it there all night.
And I don't know that we saw enough pitches from Tess on the other side in that area to know what he's doing there yet.
I bet she's paying attention in the dugout.
I hope. 0-2 count to Kale Montag. Delaney Fetter still at second base. She takes that pitch high for ball one.
Price works quick too. I feel like she took
Doesn't
a little
take
pause
time
there, but yeah, I mean,
nice play by the shortstop to backhand and get that over for the out at first base. 3 soft contacts for the Mustangs, including the one off of Delaney Fetter's thigh that got her on base. So we have no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Mustangs as we head to the top of the second.
yeah, like you were saying, I mean, she just Price really didn't get a solid hit. I mean, any contact at all.
Nope.
Really impressive.
So Jaden Woods, Kaylee Tamontry, and Carter Price will start it off for the Southeast Polk Rams here in the bottom of the second. What? Tamontry?
Yeah.
Okay, what was I saying? Oh.
It's probably AJ. Aaron, you're saying it wrong.
Just corrected by a young fan on how to say Tamontry's name.
It's a great thing of having youth night.
Yep.
Good try.
You know, they released the brackets, too, for the sub-state, so we'll get into that a little bit later as well. I didn't think anything crazy that I saw.
No.
They did a pretty nice job.
We've got a reasonable chance as Tessa Jones comes in with strike one. Yeah, we'll start out with the winner of the Denison-Schleswig-Glenwood game on Saturday, as that one gets punched in the middle for a single by Jaden Woods.
Another nice hit by Jaden Woods. Just popped it right over Tessa's head.
And just out of the reach of Sophia Baumann.
Now you get to say Thamantry.
Yes. Kelly Tamantri, catcher.
She's hitting 344 on the year.
Tamantri ahead in the count 1-0. With Jaden Woods at first base. And Tessa hits that outside corner.
Jaden Woods of 9 of 9 for stolen bases this year. So
center fielder should be pretty fleet of foot. We'll see if she. Oh, good catch moving out into the outfield grass there by Thea Bauman for the first out of the inning. Runner stays at first. That will bring up Carter Price.
Carter Price hitting 292. I'm sorry, 282.
Good in the circle and not bad behind the plate, or I mean at the plate. It's just out of our reach there over our right shoulder.
Well,
Get ahead in the count.
I always say help yourself out when you're at the dish. So
that's exactly right.
You know, Sophia makes those hard plays just look normal sometimes. That was a tough play over the shoulder, and she just went up and snagged it.
Yep. Addison with the kind of pump fake down to first base. I thought that might have been a good time to throw it, but it is hard right now for Jenna to see the ball coming in, so maybe just thinking about her first baseman and not making that throw. Fouls out and out of play over the first base dugout. And got the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Carter Price.
Yeah, that sun is bothering Jenna there at first. She's got the hand up shielding the sun.
Well, she's wearing the face mask instead of a nice change up there. Oh, whoops. No, first base is occupied, so she's got to be out at first base. And on the strikeout with a nice changeup by Tessa Jones. And Addison was about to throw to first base and realized the runner was taken off, so kind of went sidearm around her body to second base. And fortunately, Addie Abrams was there to back things up.
She had thoughts of going to first and kind of mid-throw like, oops, I need to go to second, and got away from her.
Good base running, though, by Woods. Yeah. And Southeast Polk was trying to say that the base wasn't occupied so she could advance on the drop third strike, but it was occupied when the pitch was made.
Here you go. Here you go. Oh, man.
Off the hands.
I thought you had that.
I had it for a half a second, and it tipped off the fingertips.
Anybody have that on video? We'd like to get that out there.
So 1 ball, 1 strike to Oroko here. And chases the rise ball up for the second strike of the inning, or the at-bat.
See if any kids come up and take that ball from you.
Nobody seems to be too anxious.
I know.
I don't feel comfortable enough with my accuracy to just chuck it in the dugout.
No.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces are wild for Ivy Oroko. Nice changeup. It's a little bit short. Brings the count to full.
You know, Tessa Jones got strikeout this inning. That makes 144 on the year. That is a huge number.
Having a solid year. Hard shot to Genevieve, who fields it off the 1 hop and fires across for the 3-5 putout for the 3rd out of the inning. So at the end of the second, top half of the second, the Southeast Polk Rams score no runs. They do have a hit. They have no Dallas Grimes error, and there was 1 batter left on base.
Real nice play there by Genevieve York, third base.
Much better than my play. I couldn't even get the banana ball out.
I mean, it hit your hands a couple of times. I thought you were going to come up with it, and it was all for naught.
Oh, reaching over the table was the issue, and my daughter's there asking me to. Oh, I'm. Got one of the youth players as the messenger to take the ball down to my daughter Avery, who's there chasing the foul balls.
I was going to tell your daughter, thank goodness she has better hands than you.
She was going to test it because she wanted me to toss it from up here. But fortunately, we had little number 16 Jesperson there to help us.
She was all over it.
So bottom of 2, we start with York, Liddon, and Jones to face Carter Price.
You know, I love it when a hitter comes up right after they've made a great play like she did at third there.
And takes that strike on the inside corner that might be an extended corner.
She's averaging .459 on the years, Genevieve.
We've got solid averages up and down the order. And again, that inside pitch that she has to swing at because, or at least foul it off because it was called a strike. Didn't really have to do it there with only 1 strike, but now that she's got 2, she's got to really protect that corner. But that's what gets those weak contacts off the hands that makes easy plays for her fielders. Does not chase the rise ball.
Price doing a good job of staying ahead of all the hitters as well tonight for Southeast Polk.
She's pumping the zone. Oh, Genevieve with a thumper to left. Oh, home run, Genevieve York.
Take your Mustang trot, Genevieve York. Just as we say they weren't getting any good contact, she knocks one over left field.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good AB by Genevieve York. Just sneaks it over the fence there. The left fielder was there watching it the whole way, thinking she might have a chance, and it just kept carrying for her. Good backspin to keep it going.
Is that on a 0-2 count as well?
It was.
Wow.
No, 1 and 2.
1 and 2. That's still impressive.
Yep. Putting a good swing on a pitch is what you want to do.
Yeah.
So that brings up Addison Liddon now.
Hitting .356 on the year.
And has hit the ball a lot harder than .356. She just had so many balls just right at people. Take strike 1 there.
That was Genevieve's 3rd home run on the year as well.
The way she took off out of the box and was still running pretty hard, I think that home run surprised her even a little bit. Addison falls behind quickly in the count 0-2, and she'll have to battle here. Price not messing around after the home run, just continuing to pump the zone.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Just clear out the hitter before and just go to work.
Takes ball 2 up by the shoulders. Might have tried to turn a little bit so that had a chance to nick her a little bit, but to no avail. Fist that one off to the first base dugout.
Well, that's exactly what you were talking about, Tim. I mean, you get that ball inside and you're protecting, and you fist that thing up, just a weak contact. And Price's credit, but that's where she's putting it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a hitter is foul that off. You don't want you want it to get foul if you can help it, instead of getting that into fair play for a weak contact and an easy out. But she's worked back the count to full. Good at bat here by Liddon. At least 6 pitches into this at bat.
I like that from Liddon too.
Pitcher taking a little too long.
Yeah.
Step out. There she gets one off the barrel, but just not quite squared it up. But again, fouls it off, gets herself another pitch.
Yeah, really good at bat so far for Liddon.
This shows why she was a decent option at leadoff to start the season. And she works the walk. Good at bat by Addison. With her initials being A-L, I want to call her Al, and then it can become Allison, which is wrong. And now we have courtesy runner extraordinaire, Paisley Heidgerken. Nobody out.
33 of 36 on stolen bases for Paisley. on the year. That is a very large number.
And there's a reasonable chance that she will probably take off here as Tessa squares to bunt. Oh, the umpire. I'm like, what's the holdup here?
Yeah.
But the umpire's getting Paisley in his book as the courtesy runner there.
Just giving Paisley time to stretch out there on first.
I think she played in the JV game. She should be pretty warmed up.
That's exactly what you called.
And Tessa taking ball one there on the fake bunt. Paisley moving down to second base with a stolen base, and Tessa Jones stands in with a 1-0 count now.
34th stolen base of the year.
Tessa liked that one because it was up by her eyes, and they look big and easy to hit up there, but they're not. That's why those rise balls work. Oh. Nobody covering the bag, so Paisley's safe there, getting back after Tessa will want that one back, popping that bunt up there for the first out of the inning. Sophia Baumann steps to the plate. She has been heating up the last half of the season here.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can keep that going for her.
She's up to 320 now.
Takes a big cut there for strike one, fouling that back to the backstop.
Yeah, she was on that, just missed it. She got 17 RBIs on the year, looking to add to that.
Takes ball one outside. Pulls that one foul, just off the fist a little bit, but 1 ball, 2 strikes for Sophia Baumann. Paisley Heidgerken still out at second base. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. The Mustangs have got 1 run across with the Genevieve York's home run, and now trying to do a little bit more damage here at the bottom of the order, which is a great place to score some extra runs when you're used to getting those at the top of the order.
Yeah, that's just like an extra present for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Sophia continuing to do work there, battling on those inside pitches.
We should say thank you, too, for helping us cover that Norwalk split.
You're absolutely right. Yeah,
Wasn't supposed to be a split, but kind of turned into with the weather.
Well, and they also doubled up and did the second half of the Pella game, too, that we started. Sophia cranks that one foul down, deep down the left field line. So, yeah, Shane Smith and Devin Carlisle filled in on both the Thursday night Norwalk game as well as which ended up being a Thursday day game at noon, then got rained out. And then they finished that game Monday at noon, followed by the Pella game at Monday at 2. So, a big thank you to Shane and Devin for filling in. And that's well hit ball out to center field and just into the crow's nest out there.
Right by our camera.
Kaylin almost could have caught that one for us, but instead, Sophia Baumann with the 2-run bomb to straightaway center field.
That's another
nice piece of hitting.
Mustang trot around the bases. Man, she got a hold of that one. That was dead center.
I'm going to have to give Kaylin a hard time about getting out of the way instead of catching that.
I mean, you guys it's in the family tonight, getting the balls hit at you.
Better her than me,
yeah,
well, at least when we're batting. So that brings up J.C. Jamison stepping to the plate with bases empty and 1 out. Now, the last after Genevieve's home run, Price came right back and pumped the zone with strike after strike. But let's see how she responds after 2 home runs. And the Mustangs jump out to a quick 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
I mean, Sophia was taking some big swings, some big hacks at that at bat, and she finally got a hold of one, straightened it out.
And that was a true home run. There was no wind helping that. JC takes ball 1 low.
That was Sophia's 5th home run of the year. That's
This is her first year with the varsity softball team, as she's played club ball the last few years, and I believe that she's been a pretty good power hitter for her club. Good enough to earn a scholarship out to South Dakota to play softball, but this is her first year with the Mustangs varsity, and I think that she was maybe a little bit pressing early in the year, trying to impress, and she's starting to settle down here and doing a nice job as JC hits a line drive out to the right fielder for the second out of the inning. And that brings us back to the top of the order with Delaney Fetters. But she's starting to settle in now and is just not trying to do too much, just staying within herself, putting good swings on the ball, and doing damage.
I think the last several at-bats that we've seen, I mean, she's looked really comfortable at the plate. We know her defense is spectacular, so when you see her start to get comfortable at the plate, that puts fear in opposing coaches real quick.
She's just a good athlete.
Yeah.
She's playing shortstop for us, but she could just as easily step in to be a catcher or center fielder or any other position that was needed.
A little conversation going on here. Oh, just asking how many outs?
Yep, confirming number of outs, it looks like. Or there was 2 of something else that we couldn't hear. Delaney takes strike 1 on the inside corner.
Said he has been consistent with that all night. He's going to call it.
He's lined up on that corner, so he should be able to see it pretty well. And popped up to the catcher there for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Mustangs do score 3 runs there on 2 home runs and a walk. So just the 2 hits, no Southeast Polk errors, and nobody left on base. So at the end of 2 full innings, Dallas Center Grimes 3, Southeast Polk Mustangs 0.
I say thank you again to Charter Bank, our live stream sponsor. Charter Bank is 100% locally owned with local management and staff delivering prompt local decision making who are committed to helping our community thrive. Chart your success with Charter Bank, our live stream sponsor, all year long.
So for Southeast Polk, we'll start with the 9-1-2. Number 9 back at the top of the order. Kenna Brooker, followed by Hallie Clark and Ava Miller.
I was looking at Southeast Polk's bracket as well. Looks like they've got the winner of Marshalltown, Des Moines, Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be on the 12th as well. So they'll host that one. And then might get a little interesting. Ames Ankeny, winner of that, they'll probably face. So that'll be a fun one.
Ames, who will be in the Little Hawkeye Conference here next year. Well, maybe 2 years. I think it's this year, though.
I think this coming year.
Don't know what's going on with Tessa, but she's taking a long time in the dugout to get out there. Coach Linda Q waiting patiently to pass the ball to her. But the fielders are getting plenty of opportunities for ground ball practice.
Well, I think her dad, Coach Jones, is curious as to what's going on as well. Oh, here she comes.
Okay, here we go. Checked with the dad real quick to see if he could tell. He was standing up a little higher above us to be able to maybe see, but
well, that first
it's the first one at the backstop.
The
it only takes
one.
one warm up.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not auspicious here.
Just flies right over Addison's head and catch her. Like, that's all I needed. Just that one. It'll be interesting to find out after the game what that was all about.
So Tessa steps back to the rubber in the circle here against Kenna Brooker, the number 9 hitter. who's also the number 9 position out in right field for the Southeast Polk. And she squares to bunt and pulls it back, taking ball 1. Runs through that for strike 1. So she squared, then pulled back, and then ran through to slap, but took the pitch for a strike.
You know, for a 9-hitter, she's hitting .339, which is really good as well.
9-hitter here with the slapper. You know, good speed from an outfielder. Kind of trying to turn the order over here with that speed at the bottom here to get some runners on in front of the hitters at the top. Punches that one foul down the third base line. Count 1-2 to Kenna Brooker.
Rams with the pinstripes tonight too. I like that on the uniforms.
Takes ball 2 high. And you can see our infield is all in just a little bit for those slappers. The outfield as well. Sophia's in the baseline there between second and third. Kenna swings through that for strike 3 and out 1 of the inning. Back to the top of the order with Hallie Clark. Hallie had a nice single between first and second in her first plate appearance. Advanced to second on a ground out by Barode and then was stranded there.
Well, whatever Tessa was dealing with in between, she settled down, got that strikeout. So
got that taken care of. Changeup misses upstairs on the first pitch here to Clark. High pop fly, middle of the infield. Sophia's calling it off and makes the catch.
Great communication between Sophia and Kale there just to make sure that no one bounces into each other.
And your shortstop is the captain there and takes everything that she can get her hands on and was vocal about it. So no miscommunication and a well-played ball. Ava Miller steps to the plate now and watches ball 1 sail high. Ava had attempted to bunt and popped out to Addison Liddon in her first plate appearance. Takes ball 2 there.
She came into the game hitting .353. It's a dangerous hitter. The top of their lineup is really stacked.
But Tessa with a 3-0 start to this count. I'm thinking that Miller, being the third outfielder out there in left field, probably has some wheels. Don't really want to get her on base. She does get the 4-pitch walk, though. That will bring up Kennedy Barode, who hit a sharp grounder to Genevieve out over at third base in her first plate appearance.
Well, Ava Miller's only 2 of 2 for stolen bases on the year.
Okay.
That's a little surprising.
Change it misses low and away. That is 5 straight balls that Tessa has thrown. We need to take a deep breath and recenter and get back into it. There she gets one that's fisted over to, or off the end of the batter rather, to Kale for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Rams have no runs, no hits, no DCG errors. There is 1 runner left on base. So Southeast Polk has had a runner on every inning, but has not managed to push any runs across.
Yeah, Tessa doing a real nice job limiting damage, even if someone gets on. She seems to battle back. And like I said, after that, we don't know what happened, but obviously she came out and got the K, and then she got like that 4-pitch walk and a little bit, but she settled down right again and got the pop out. So it's what she's been doing all year, really.
Pretty, what turned out to be relatively uneventful, even though it seemed kind of eventful throughout.
Right, yeah. Of course, that's when you get 17 wins on the year, you're doing something right. So.
You are indeed. So Jenna Gray steps to the plate. She had a strikeout in her first plate appearance where she watched a couple balls that were on the corner, off the corner that were called strikes, and then she chased that last one that was kind of off the corner as well for her third strike of the at-bat and the out. But we'll see how she recovers here, what adjustments she makes as she steps into the box here on the left-hand side.
She just looks smooth at the plate, doesn't she?
Oh. Takes that off the forearm for a hit by pitch to reach the base. I think that the coach is going to ask if she
hit the
went
bat
into it. Well, I think that they're going to argue that she went into the ball instead of trying to get out of the way. But as long as she's hit in the box, she doesn't have to try to get out of the way. The box is hers. She just can't try to get hit,
Sure.
which it looked to me like she was just taking a normal swing motion.
Yep, she's going to stay at first, so.
So leadoff runner on board in Jenna Gray, and that brings up Addie Abens, who popped out to the second baseman. Again, not real hard contact that first inning by Mustangs. See if she can remedy that here. She takes ball one. High out of the zone.
She's due for a home run. I'm just. She has been
You're
at
calling
9.
that on her.
Well, she has been at 9 for a long time.
Take strike one there in the bottom of the zone.
Ooh. Man, they are trying to get you.
That one was not catchable by me, though.
That's true.
That was
a little out of arm's reach.
Kenna Brooker's grandpa was right there. He could have made the play, but just out of reach. Takes the ball two inside. Even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jenna's still down at first.
I tease you because I don't have to show off my catching abilities here.
And ball 3 inside to make it a full count here. Question will be, do we see Jenna Gray take off for second here with the full count? Because it'll either be a ball 4 or hopefully a hit, and she pounds that ball. If she had been going on the pitch, she might have been able to get in there safe, but instead we have the 5-4 put out on the fielder's choice by Addie Abens.
Next up, second baseman, number 28, Kale Montag.
That brings the plate Kale Montag, who had a soft grounder to shortstop her first at bat. We still have a runner on first, but now that runner is Addie Abens. And Addie successfully steals second base.
Nice job by Addie there.
Good slide around the tag.
That's what I was going to say, kind of slid around, and that makes her 16 of 16 on the year for stolen bases.
And I think Kale thought that pitch was a little bit inside, but it was called a strike.
We had quite a few hitters that same thought today.
Uh-huh.
And
She pops that one up.
I was going to say, this is a product of that.
Yep. So Genevieve York comes to the plate. Last inning, she led off the inning with a pretty hard line drive that cleared the fence over there in left field. For her third home run of the season.
Yeah.
Takes strike one, though.
Yeah, Genevieve got a hold of that one.
And she was behind in the count 1-2 in that, so we know that she can battle. He likes that inside corner, or what he thinks is the corner. Based on where they're set up, though, that ball just from here looks inside. But he's a lot closer than we are.
Yeah.
Ball one high.
My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. So we'll just give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yep. He's getting paid to do it, so hopefully he's doing it well. And he's proven to be relatively consistent.
Yes.
So
and
that's the most we can ask.
It really is.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Genevieve York. Deuces Wild. Addie Abens still out at second base.
There he is, everybody. Tim with the great catch. You're going to get one tonight.
1 for 2 now, yeah.
It was your night. Might have saved me in the process. I appreciate it.
That was a lot harder than the others.
Yes, it just cleared the fence right at us.
Full count here to Genevieve York. Is that going to get through there?
Yeah.
It is.
Wow.
And Addie Abens going to come around to score. Great at bat by Genevieve York. Just fisting that over the second base bag for the single up the middle, and brings the RBI with Addie Abens coming in to score.
That was
good at bat.
Yeah, great at bat, and then showing a little muscle too to fist that just over into the outfield, just past second base, get that RBI.
And we should probably, nope, never mind, because Genevieve is not catching this game. She is running for herself as a third baseman. Addison fouls one over the stands to our right.
You just hear that bat when she hits the ball. I mean, she is a thumper.
Thank you. Oh, my dad's walking by here. I thought he was going to give me a Snickers.
Give you a free candy bar there. I mean, it's a great catch. You should get something for that.
Right. So Addison fouls that one down the first base line, falls behind 0-2.
We mentioned it earlier, but Liddon hitting .356 on the year.
Skies one to right center field. The right fielder camps under it and makes the play.
We take another run, though, that's for sure.
Yep. Addie Abens scores the run, and we have one hit that inning. So 1 run, 1 hit, no Southeast Polk errors, and 1 runner left on base. My daughter just texted me, the one out in center field running the camera, and is calling me a show-off.
Did you get that one on camera, did she? I'd like to. We'll have to see that on the replay. And that was a great catch. I got to say, I didn't completely trust you. I had the hand up because I thought, I saw what you did on the first attempt. So
well, I was able to get my whole hand on it this time instead of just my fingertips. So.
Oh, that was good stuff. And your Tessa Jones report, she's out there ahead of time.
Yep, she is.
Warming up.
That was even after she was on deck that time. So she got out there in a hurry. But Southeast Polk's going to come to the plate with Jesslyn Stairs, Jaden Woods, and Kaylee Tamantry. And that's Tamantry, not Thamantry, as we were corrected.
Yes. He's watching you. He's sitting down there. He's going to correct you again.
So Jesslyn Stairs with a relatively deep fly ball out to center field, her first at bat.
She's hitting .347 on the year for the Rams.
Takes a good cut at strike one to foul it off the backstop there.
Southeast Polk third in the CIML this year.
Good changeup by Tessa there for strike 2. Yeah, they're having a solid season.
Yeah,
14-5. They've won 5 in a row.
Yeah, in conference, 14-5. That's a really good record. Tough conference.
He fouls it off her foot there.
They got to turn around and play tomorrow at Valley.
Oh, that's going to be a tough night.
Yep.
Conference game there. Valley's right behind him in conference play, but they've won 6 in a row.
Couple of hot teams.
And Tessa gets a little carried away on that rise ball as it goes off Addison's glove. Back to the backstop. nobody on base, so no harm done.
Yeah, that's what I say. Do it when there's no one on base. Get it out of your system.
Who just misses on that outside corner.
Tessa's like, you've been calling that all night.
She wanted it.
Yes, she did.
She wanted it. Count evens at 2s.
You're ready again.
That was probably a little out of my reach. That one probably would have had to been like Coach Jones over there, somebody.
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jesslyn Stairs, leading off the top of the 4th inning here for the Southeast Polk Rams. And Tessa just misses outside, making the count 3-2.
Tessa smacks her leg like that one got away
Wanted
from
that
me.
one.
Yeah.
Good rise ball there for strike 3.
That's how you come back with it right there.
Yep. That brings up center fielder Jaden Woods. Jaden had a nice single in her first at bat and then stole second base. But takes ball 1 up and in there to start this at bat.
Up in her average from 398 when she came in.
Probably over 400 after that.
Yeah.
Then. Or at least to it. Strike 1 there.
I don't do math, so I'll leave that to you.
I'm just estimating. Tessa gets that corner this time.
That's the one she was looking at, the last batter. And she got it on this one.
Hard hit ball. Oh, Denali can't quite come up with it. And Addie Abens had to back up there. And I think that we'll give Jaden a triple on that one. Denali tried to kind of dive for it, but couldn't quite get it, and bounced over her shoulder then.
Yeah, that's
and
a tough
she
play.
was laying on the ground. Addie Abens had to run a long way to go get that.
Yeah,
to
really,
fire it in.
It's a really tough play by Denali. I mean, she's out there. She's trying to make an effort. She dives for it and just
kind of
bounces
one of
up.
those in between. Do I just play the hop and keep the runner at first, or do I try to make the catch? So we've got a runner on third base with 1 out for the Rams, and Callie Tamontry comes to the plate. She popped out to shortstop her first time up, and Tessa misses with that changeup, out and up.
This is what we're talking about earlier too with Tessa. When she gets into these sticky situations, she usually,
battles hard.
yeah, she battles real hard. And
ooh, another fister there, just passed out of Sophia's reach. Denali makes a play to get the ball in, but Southeast Polk with their first run of the game. Back-to-back hits.
yeah, really nice job by Kaylee there, just to pop it up over and the shortstop Sophia Bauman's head. Kind of took a nasty bounce too. Denali had a little bit of trouble out there with that sideways bounce.
Yep, that brings up Carter Price, the pitcher. And the sun is now out of Jenna Gray's eyes, so Addison should be able to fire those down there if she deems it necessary. Count evens up at 1-1. I thought that first pitch was a ball, but our scoreboard operator said it was a strike, and now the umpire's holding up one on each hand, so we got it right now. Good strike on the outside corner, bottom of the zone there.
Yeah, getting ahead of the hitter again. That's where
that 1-1 pitch.
It's where a pitcher wants to live.
High fly ball to center field. Addie Evans camps under it after a few steps back for the second out of the inning.
Had me skip a little bit there. Like, uh-oh.
It kept carrying on
It
her a
did,
little bit.
yeah.
And came in a few steps, then back out a few steps, and I'm starting to hear some fireworks off in Dallas Center.
Well, it is that time of year.
It is.
Somebody was really impressed with that play by Addie.
Ivy Rocco steps in. She had a hard ground shot to Genevieve her last at bat at third base. But takes ball one there from Tessa, who then pumps strike one in there with the next pitch.
You are ready to go.
That one was coming right at me, it looked like, if not for that fence.
Ivy's hitting 266 on the year coming in.
She's the designated player, so not in the field tonight for the Rams. Ooh, tough play between Addison and Genevieve there, foul down the third baseline, and Addison with the diving attempt, but comes up just short.
Yeah, A+ for effort there. Liddon just missed it, dove for it.
It was a play not dissimilar from that last year that she concussed herself. I don't remember, I wasn't at the game when it happened, but she either got hit by a teammate's leg or the fence, or good change up there that just misses.
Well, a lot of people in the stands wanted that call.
So Addison is not afraid to lay her body on the line going for a ball there.
No. She's full extension dove on that last one.
And she'll have another chance here again. Almost overran that one, but able to haul it in for the third out of the inning.
She kind of looked like, let's get this inning over with. It was a really nice play by Addison, though.
Yes, it was. So there were one run. Southeast Polk off the schneid. They had 2 hits, no Dallas Center Grimes errors, and 1 left on base. So at the end of 3.5, the score stands Southeast Polk 1, Dallas Center Grimes 4.
Live stream sponsor by Charter Bank. Charter Bank's staff is made up of your family, friends, and neighbors. That means they support you during your successes and any challenges you may face, and they're there to help. Chart your success with Charter Bank, our live stream sponsor all year long. Really appreciate everything Charter Bank does for us.
We definitely appreciate Charter Bank and their sponsorship. Though I believe that here on the 12th for the playoff game, I believe that while Charter Bank is our regular season sponsor, I think that Mike might be looking for a sponsor for the playoff games.
Yeah. So if you're tuning in out there and you're wanting to watch the sub-state playoff game on Saturday, the 12th.
And if we win, then it would be also on the following Tuesday.
We'd really appreciate that to bring that to everybody out there as well.
We do enjoy doing this for those that can't make it to the game.
A lot of fun, especially in a beautiful weather night like tonight.
Mm-hmm. Tessa Jones steps to the plate. She popped up a bunt to the catcher her last plate appearance. Let's see if she can square one up and send it the other way. She does send one pretty hard down the third baseline, but well foul.
Coach Miracle just kind of skips out of the way over there.
Yeah, he was over by the dugout talking to the girl, somebody in the dugout there. And
yeah, Tessa's only at bat with that pop-out bunch, or she's just got to be itching to get some more swings in.
Mm-hmm. And she's been a solid hitter all year.
Absolutely.
She's been the kind of hitter that, not dissimilar from Sophia, but the better the pitching, the better the hitter.
Yeah, and she's hitting .410 on the year.
With a couple of home runs, I think.
Yes, I think she's got 4. Yeah, 4 home runs on the year.
And she takes ball 2 there.
29 RBIs. She can get it done at the plate.
Again, we just have good batters up and down. There's no holes in the order. She takes that ball inside for a full count. If she does manage to get on here, which she is, Hayden Smith should be coming into a courtesy run for her.
Really good at bat for Tessa there. Fight back.
A couple of foul balls there, and then taking the balls they're given. And number 21, Hayden Smith, coming in to run for Tessa. And Sophia coming to the plate after her home run in the second inning.
Hayden Smith, 21 of 24 on stolen bases on the year.
The Mustangs are runners.
Yeah.
They're going to get those stolen bases when they can.
151 coming into this game. It's a good number. Aggressive number.
Aggressive number.
But, you know, when you're 151 of 171, you're doing something right.
Sophia takes strike one there on the inside corner.
Sophia is definitely taking her time after that pitch.
Yeah. Ooh, off the hands to the third baseman.
Yeah, Price does a really nice job of pounding the inside.
Uh-huh.
She's had a lot of those, like you said, off the fist, off the hands type of pop-ups tonight.
Yep. JC Jameson hit a nice line drive out to the right fielder, her first plate appearance of the night. Now steps in with one out, and Hayden Smith at first base. Ooh. And Hayden thrown out. A good throw there by the catcher, Kaylee Tamontry.
Yeah, that was a really nice throw. And they were ready for that one.
They were.
But again, I don't mind the aggressiveness.
No. They've been doing it all year. I don't know if she got a great jump off that. And it could be that throw was just that fast and got down there in a hurry that she was just dead to rights. But
yeah, it was a really nice throw and a tag too.
Uh-huh.
She tried to escape around to avoid the tag, but
takes that pitch outside. Got 2 balls and 1 strike now on JC Jameson, the designated player for the Mustangs. Hitting for Denali Amos. And takes strike 2 on the inside corner. Looked like they called that and didn't say she went around. But they didn't they didn't make the motion as though she'd gone around. It makes it deuces. Takes ball 3 high.
JC's done a nice job all year hitting 297 from that 9 position.
Mm-hmm.
A 9 spot in the lineup.
Fights that one off over the first base dugout. JC caught the JV game. So she's kind of doing double duty tonight, getting the bat in the varsity and catches, still in the field, getting some reps behind the plate there for the JV game and pushes one up the middle. Nice work of hitting there by JC Jameson for the single up the middle.
Yeah, really nice job. Stay with it, stay down, and push that right back where it came from over the pitcher's head.
It looks like we might have a pinch runner here for JC. Oh, no, Denali, the flex player, is going to come in and run for herself. Delaney Fetters, Denali Amos running, Delaney Fetters hitting, and she was hit by a pitch in the first inning, and then she popped out to the catcher in the second inning. This is one of those situations where you might see Delaney lay down a bunt and try to beat it out just to get some more base runners out there. Because it's not really a sacrifice situation with 2 outs, but you might catch the defense sleeping. And nope, she pushes one. Oh, nice play by the first baseman coming out of nowhere to make that. It was just over the pitcher's head, but the first baseman was right there.
Yeah, that's Barode. She just came from her first baseman position, like you said, and she was all over that thing.
So the Mustangs score no runs on 1 hit. There were no Southeast Polk errors and 1 runner left on base. So at the end of 4 complete, the score remains Dallas Center Grimes 4, Southeast Polk Rams 1.
We were talking before the game, before we actually came on. We have not seen a complete game, you and I.
No, we've not broadcast
we have not
a
called
complete
one.
game. Everyone's been.
And we're undefeated. what we're doing it.
Right.
We won't say anything about
Shane and
yeah.
Dylan or
Devin
did a nice job. They couldn't quite pull out the W. They did get one W.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're 500 on the year. The one that they won though was the one that we started.
Right. Yeah.
And
so
got them up 8-0 and
we kind of we spotted them 8. So Devin going to be a doctor. She wants to take a pay cut. She did a really nice job. She could do, this professionally. I doubt she wants to take that pay cut.
No.
She'll rather be a doctor, I'm
Yep.
sure. And she did a really nice job. Shane did as well.
Devin especially though.
Yes.
Kenna Brooker to the plate. Swings through strike one. Kenna struck out in the 3rd inning for her first plate appearance of the game. Tessa misses outside with that one.
We're talking about her average coming in, 339. So that strategy to put her at the 9 spot, get the speed.
Turn the order over.
Yeah.
Take strike 2 there on the outside corner. As a slapper, as you're running towards the circle and then trying to veer off to first base, that outside corner is tough to protect. She fights that one off though over the 3rd base dugout. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, dugout was looking. I thought something a little creative happened where that foul ball went. Had their eyes on that for a while.
Wow. Tough play there, and she beats it out.
Oh, boy.
Runner taken off to second. Delaney backing up and makes a throw to second, but Kenna Brooker with the single and advances to second on the throwing error by Genevieve York.
That was an interesting hit.
Yeah, it just kind of spun and just stayed fair.
Poked it off the end of the bat. It spun, and Genevieve tried to make that play. Probably would have been best off just to eat it. Yeah,
yep.
But she tried to make the play and throw one a little wide.
So leadoff runner on for the second time for the Rams. Tessa misses to the leadoff hitter, Hallie Clark, with ball 1 there. Clark with a single in the 1st and a pop-up to Sophia Baumann at shortstop in the 3rd. And actually, that's the 3rd time that they've had the leadoff runner on this game.
This is one of those games that Tessa's thinking just unlucky so far, right?
Yeah,
you had the one get past
Never,
Denali. Yeah, and it's just.
That one was hard hit, though.
Yes, it was.
The base of the wall there. Denali with the fire into Sophia, the cutoff. That run does score from second base. And she's in there with a stand-up double. Nice hit by Hallie Clark.
Yes, it was. Right to the bottom of the fence.
And it just died right there. It didn't come bounce back out to the fielders at all. So the tying run comes to the plate for the Rams. Ava Miller, the left fielder, and Coach Miracle calls timeout to go out and have a powwow with the infield.
Yeah, I think this is a good timeout. Just settle everybody down, especially Tessa, who's, like I said, kind of been unlucky so far in this game. I mean, that whatever it was off the end of the bat for Brooker, and then she gets a second on the error. And earlier, like you were saying, that triple, I mean, just kind of in between for Denali. So.
Yep. At best, that should have been a single if she.
Right. And that's what scored their first run. And then, so if you're in the circle of your Tessa, you're going, 2 runs, and I really haven't done much wrong.
No, but Southeast Polk now with the runner on second, nobody out yet, as Ava Miller steps to the plate as the tying run. Here in the top of the 5th. She squares to bunt and pushes one to Jenna, who fields it and throws poorly to Kale, and the runner comes around to score from second on the error by Jenna Gray.
That unlucky streak continues.
For Tessa, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Jenna just kind of rushed that throw a little bit.
She had
got
time.
behind Kale.
Yeah.
Go, Tess.
Let's see what how Tessa battles here.
So the tying run is now at first. The go-ahead run is at the plate in Kennedy Barode, who is their team leader in hits, RBIs, and home runs. Swings through that ball at the top of the zone.
There's your breeze you wanted. That was a big swing.
So Tessa jumps ahead 0-2 here. Get a hard ground ball here to the middle, we could maybe get a double play. But changeup drops short for ball one.
Yeah, for Tessa here, just need an out.
Mm-hmm.
Just settle down. Your Southeast Polk, you just want to keep rolling it around.
It's like maybe a rise ball that got away from a little bit, up out of the zone. Good snag by Addison there. Had to hurry out of that crouch to get that before it hit the backstop.
Yeah, it's one of those you think to catch her later.
Right. Another one right close to us, but just out of reach. Two balls, two strikes here to Kennedy Barode, first baseman for the Southeast Polk Mustang or Rams. She fouls another one off the third base side.
And she's battling big time. Fighting a lot of these good pitches off. She comes in with 43 RBIs on the year, 9 home runs. So she can do damage.
She can do damage. Ball low, evens up the count. Oh, and it makes it a full count, sorry. Hard line drive, foul down the third baseline.
Yeah, you can tell when she gets a hold of the ball, it'll go somewhere.
Just out in front of that one a little bunch. So full count here. Tying run at first base. Go ahead run at the plate. Tessa Jones toes the rubber and goes to the windup. And just misses with a changeup low.
Next up for the Rams, number 21.
I think that she was wanting that one.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, that's not the worst thing you can do there.
No,
to lose.
with that
I
matter.
mean, yeah, you don't want to give her some cheese right down the middle.
No,
she knows what to do with it. So,
but Jesslyn Stairs steps up, and she is a dangerous hitter in her own right. She fouls that one off the backstop.
Yeah, she's hitting 347 on the year, so she's no slouch.
25 RBIs.
Yeah, and a home run. So.
She squares the bunt and pulls back for ball one. This is when softball gets fun here. We're in the 5th inning, a tight ball game between two good teams.
Yeah, Tessa wanted that one too. She's asking where that's at, so might be getting a little frustrated out there. She just needs to take a breath.
2 balls, 1 strike to Jessa Stairs, who squares around and pushes a bunt to third. Tessa fields it, throws to first, but they call her safe over there, beats it out. So now we have the bases loaded on a single, bunt single by Stairs.
Yeah, that's a tough call for him to make all the way in between at basically the shortstop position.
Miracle is
he's
talking to him about it.
That's just a tough call.
That is why we need 3 umpires out here.
Yeah.
There's 3 referees on a basketball court, which is a third of the size of this field.
Yeah, I agree.
And we've got only 2 umpires out here. This is.
I mean, it was a bang play, but it's so
was.
hard for him to see all the way over there. I 100% agree with you. Another one standing there. You feel a little bit more confident about the call.
We still have nobody out, and the bases are now loaded for Jaden Woods, who hit the triple last time out to Denali. She goes hard after that one for strike 1.
Hitting 398. She has
change up, falls short there.
20 RBIs and 2 home runs on the year.
So she's got a little bit of pop there.
Yep.
Got 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Jaden Woods. And she punches one down fair in the left field corner. Denali unable to get it.
Score 3.
3
here.
runs will score.
Yeah,
2 runs will
2,
score.
Yeah. Wow. It's a good job by Denali to get that in right away. That could have scored
to
3.
give Southeast Polk the 1-run lead. We now have runners on second and third, and we still do not have any outs. Kaylee Tamantri to the plate now. She does have a single. She popped out to the shortstop in her first appearance and hit a single just out of Sophia's reach at shortstop in her second plate appearance in the 4th inning. So now the Rams have taken the lead 5-4. We still have nobody out here in the top of the 5th.
I should apologize to Tessa. I said that we were undefeated, and obviously that was before this
Announcer's
inning.
jinx,
Yes.
yeah. She comes back and pumps strike 1 in there. But that, this is a good hitting Southeast Polk team, and they're finding a way. Sometimes it's a dink, sometimes it's a hard hit ball.
6 and ranked 6 in 5A. They're no slouch, that's for sure.
That is the truth. Tessa quickly ahead, 0-2 in the count.
We knew this would be a tight game, fun game.
Whew. Rise ball gets away from her there, but Addison's with the snag. Punches that one out just over Sophia's head. The run will come in from third. The runner will stay at second. And Tamantri with a seeing eye bloop single.
Yeah, that just got over the reach of Sophia there at shortstop.
So Woods is at second. Tamantri's at first. Price at the plate. It's a long fly ball that Denali makes the running catch on and gets the ball back quickly, but the runners tag in advance. So we do have one out there with a nice play in right field by Delaney Fetters.
Yeah, really nice play to track that ball down and get the out. Smart.
And she got it back in a pretty quick hurry.
Yeah. Obviously smart base running by Southeast Polk to advance.
Looked like she had to catch the ball and fall to her knees, hop back up and fire it in. So the first out, and now let's see if Genevieve can get out number 2 on the pop-up to third base for the second out of the inning. But Southeast Polk turns over the order, and we will see our 10th hitter of the night in this inning. Brooker, who reached on the squib to Genevieve, who then made it to second on Genevieve's throwing error. Ball 1 misses high.
Really good test here for Tessa in the circle.
It is, and just for the team as we get towards the end of the season and get ready for tournament play, it's good to have this this competition this time of season as she grounds out to Sophia Baumann with the 6-3 put out to finally get the third out of the inning. So the Rams score 5 runs on 5 hits. There were 2 DCG errors and 2 runners left on base. And so through 4.5, the score now stands Southeast Polk Rams 6, Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs 4.
Pretty entertaining inning there from Southeast Polk. I mean, they were just any way you can do it, right? I mean, there's a little squib, a little flare, just
a couple hard hit balls.
Yeah, just any way you can do it, and they were getting it done.
They found every way to do it.
Yeah.
Mustangs will now counter here in the bottom of the 5th with 2-3-4, Gray, Abens, and Montag. Plenty of offensive firepower there. Let's see if we can actually get a barrel squared up on a ball here with against Price in the circle for the Rams. Or actually, it looks like, nope, it is still Price.
Yeah, we're talking about Southeast Polk, where they're at in their conference. Of course, DCG sitting at 2nd in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Because of the tiebreaker with Norwalk. Norwalk
actually they declared it a tie. It was
really?
Even, yep. So
wow.
we are tied for the conference championship.
Perfect. Love it.
We're co-champions.
We'll take that.
For 2 years in a row.
That's excellent.
Last year we took 2 out of 3 from them, and it was a co-champion. This year they took 2 out of 3 from us, and it's a co-champion.
Perfect.
So
I'll take it.
Because we swept the teams that they beat also. So. Or they beat them. We swept Indianola, and Indianola beat them.
Well, we'll take that.
Jenna swings at strike 1 there on the outside corner, maybe just off the plate. And takes ball 1 low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jenna Gray, who struck out in the first and hit a ground ball to the third baseman, who got the fielder's choice. Oof. No, I'm take that back. She was hit by a pitch in her second at bat and was then thrown out on a fielder's choice.
Really nice pitch there by Carter Price. Yep. Wow.
Jenna Gray was actually up this week she pokes that one foul down the third base line over the third base dugout. She is actually up for the Des Moines Register Female Athlete of the Week. And so there's voting right now online. And
all you Mustang fans out there, start voting.
Yeah. Saw that on Facebook. And she punches one up the middle to get a runner going there.
That's a really nice
piece of hitting by Jenna Gray. Kind of off the end of the bat, but still able to get enough on it to punch it through the middle.
I always like to say, just put it right back where it came from, over the pitcher's head, and where no one's standing there.
Yep, and that brings up Addie Abens, who popped out to the second baseman in the first inning and then grounded out to the third baseman on the fielder's choice, where Jenna was out at second base. But she hit one hard for her 10th home run of the year.
I called that.
Yes, you did. You've been calling that all night.
About
she
time.
Needs to do that. So that gives the Mustangs the tie game back up here at 6 runs apiece.
Mike got so excited behind you, he threw some equipment down. Mustang trot there for Addie Avens, her 10th home run of the year. You called that right off the bat. You knew it.
That was a launched ball.
Woo.
A no-doubter. So now we have the score tied back up at 6. And Kale Montag stepping to the plate with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. We're in the 3rd time through the order here, so hitters have had a chance to see Carter Price, 2 separate plate appearances each, and now maybe we're going to start seeing Jenna got a hit up the middle, Addie crushed one to left, and Kale pops out to the catcher there for the first out of the inning. But Genevieve York, who has a single and a home run to her credit, is stepping to the plate now, and so see if she can get some offense going here and continue some momentum here in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, for Addie, that was 38 and 39 RBIs on the year.
She has been solid all year, and now double-digit home runs. I don't know how many she had last year. I don't know if she's double digits 2 years in a row or. Genevieve starts with a 2-0 count. Both of her first 2 appearances, she fell behind 0-2. Give her a chance to kind of take one she likes and give it a ride here. She takes strike 1 there on the inside inner half of the plate.
Yeah, it's funny you said she started 0-2 and then she hit a home run.
Now she's ahead 2-1. Want to see her stay aggressive in there. Find something she can like and hit it hard. Instead, a nice pitch. We'll say on the corner. Might have been off the corner. It was on the generous corner.
That's a lot of people. Ooh. A lot of umpires in the crowd, right? That's what we always say.
Fouls one off there, and nice catch by Delaney Fetter's dad. Now we know why she's able to make those plays.
One-handed, too.
Yep.
Really impressive.
And one of our little youth softball players is going to run that back down to the dugout for him.
Young legs. I can get it there in a hurry.
Genevieve takes ball 3 off the inside corner. 3-2, full count here to Genevieve York in the bottom of the fifth. And she finds a way to get it through. She just fisted that through the 5.5 hole there for another single. She is now 3 for 3 on the night with 2 RBIs.
Yeah, she's got to wait to get those 2 strikes, and then she goes to she goes to town.
We could be seeing an actual pinch runner here. It looks like Anaya Bowens is going to come in and run for Genevieve.
Coming in to pitch run, number 26, Anaya Bowens.
Anaya is 11 of 12 for stolen bases on the year.
She was a long jumper and a sprinter for the track team this spring, so we know she's got some wheels.
Played varsity basketball. I mean, she's an athlete.
And tall, like 6 foot, 6'1". 3 steps and she's to that next base.
Just a sophomore.
So Addison Liddon steps to the plate. Addison with a walk and a fly out to right fielder. Saw some more fireworks out there. Let's see some Del Center Grimes fireworks here with the Mustangs. She takes ball 1 up.
It was a fun game.
Indeed. Looks like baseball. Oh, she hits one hard. Left center, but the center fielder with a great running catch.
Wow, she did hang on to it, too.
She did.
Wow, what a great catch out there.
And then again, Addison Lynn with a nice hit ball that gets caught.
Yeah, go figure. Jaden Woods for Southeast Polk is the one who went out there and dove and caught it and ice cream coned that thing into her glove.
Yes, it was an ice cream cone. That she made a nice play on that. And that's where, Anaya, you've got to go part way on that, because if it gets down, you got to be running, so you can't wait and tag on that.
Right, yeah.
So she had to retreat back to first base. But that brings us back to Tessa Jones. They called her out there. Yep. That was a very close play. The umpire was right on top of it, but
he was in good position.
He was in better position that time, yes. So I think that was 2-6 on the put out there.
Yeah, Tamatri again. She's thrown a couple of nice from behind the plate there. She's gotten a couple people out tonight.
She has. And so Dallas Center Grimes with 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no Southeast Polk errors. They played a clean game, no errors across the board. And nobody left on base after Naya's thrown out there. So new ball game here with 2 to play. 6-6.
Yeah, we were saying this is a fun game.
It is.
We knew we had two really good teams tonight, and so it's proving it on the scoreboard. Yep. I'm going to say real quick, thank you again to Charter Bank, our live stream sponsor. Charter Bank offers a full line of bank products to fit your needs, including home loans, consumer loans, and business loans, ag loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, and CDs. Chart your success with Charter Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Rams will lead off here in the top of the 6th with Hallie Clark, top of the order. Ava Miller and Kennedy Barode.
Hallie's had a pretty good night. Hit, double. I mean, she's been active.
She has. Southeast Polk actually leading in hits tonight. They've got 9 to Dallas Center Grimes 7. And then Dallas Center Grimes also has those 2 errors, and that's kind of maybe the difference in the game there.
That's what I was just going to say.
Errors
you know, the hitting, the hits is one thing, but if you could clean up the errors, you're probably leading at this point. So, but a good job by Southeast Polk to take advantage of those errors as well.
Hard hit ball to the gap in left center. Denali runs it down. Makes the throw in from her knees to the cutoff. Another double for Hallie Clark.
She has been on fire tonight.
There's a reason she might be hitting leadoff for this team. Hitting well over 400 on the season. It brings up Ava Miller, who popped out to the catcher, walked, and reached on the error by first baseman Jenna Gray. Jenna's getting another chance here and makes a good throw to Kale at first base. The runner does advance to third, so Ava Miller doing her job, getting that bunt down.
Yeah, really good bunt just to move the runner along. Jenna only had one play, and that was back to Kale at first.
And if they're going to give you outs, you got to take them.
Yep.
That ball must have missed low.
I think he's been pretty consistent with that, too. He doesn't like the low or the high, just the outside corners.
There's no umpire down the first base line to be able to tell if she went, so they've got to ask the umpire who's out at past shortstop if she went around on that.
Again, just like you said earlier, get that third one out there. This is a pretty easy call for that person.
Because she definitely started a swing. Whether it went far enough to be called a strike is another question, but instead we're going to be 2-0. And that pitch misses just off the not generous corner there.
Yeah.
I don't deny it was a ball, but I think it's been called a strike a couple times tonight.
Tessa's really got to buckle down here.
And she does get strike one there to bring the count to 3-1. We've still got one out. We've got Hallie Clark over at third base after a double and a sacrifice by Ava Miller. And now Kennedy Barode at the plate, and a hard hit ball that Sophia almost makes the play on. Instead, it gets by her for a hit. And that was one of those that she was there and just almost reacted too fast. They've got the hit on the board, but they're showing a third error there.
Interesting. That was definitely a hard hit ball. I mean, that was a tough play for Sophia at short.
And that gives Southeast Polk back the lead. Okay, so Jess Stairs steps in. And she fouls one off the left field, over the left field bleachers, left side bleachers.
She swings hard. Hitting 347 coming in on the year.
Good changeup by Tessa
Yeah.
there. Gets her out in front, but she is able to foul it off. Makes the count 0-2. Stairs with the fly ball out to center field in her first at bat. Strikes out her second at bat and a nice single in her third at bat. So this is her fourth appearance of the night. Hard hit ball up the middle. Addie Abens fields it and gets it back in a hurry to stop the runners at first and second. Nice single, good piece of hitting by Stairs.
Yeah, right up the middle again, and boy, she just tattooed that thing. It was a really good job by Addie Abens out in center field to stop it. Just, you know, stop it to just a single, because that could have easily gotten by her. It was hit that hard.
And Woods now steps in. She had a hard single her last time up that drove in several runs. But Tessa gets ahead 0-2.
That's where she was last time on Stairs as well.
Yep, now we got to get a put away pitch here. Looks like Addison was wanting that outside. I'm not sure that she wanted it quite that high.
Addison has been busy behind the plate tonight.
She's working hard back there.
Yeah.
The umpire was in a better position to call that swing with the left-handed batter, but
I thought she held up as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. And just flares that into left field. Another good piece of hitting. Puts a tough swing, a good swing on a tough pitch to just serve that ball. She couldn't have thrown it out there any better.
No, it was just perfect placement. And like you said, great description. Flare just out over short, in between second or short and third. And I've hit a few right in that spot.
Mm-hmm. Now the infield is in to try to cut down the runner at home. And that one just foul. Whew, that one was almost, they've had so many that have been just flaring foul towards foul territory, but just landing, a foot, 6 inches inside the line.
Yeah, it was a good job by Southeast Polk, though, taking what you get, right? If they're going to, it's going to just.
Denali moved in a few steps there out in left field now. A ball hit that way by a left-handed batter is probably not going to power over her head. It's going to be more that flare type of hit. So
yeah, I do like her coming in a little bit. Maybe eliminate that spot.
Or at least make it smaller.
Yeah.
Kaylee Tamontry with a foul ball there. Falls behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases juiced. Chops one foul down the first base side. Kaylee with a flare out to left, another single. So she is 2 for 3 on the night here. Nice changeup to get strike 3 there.
That was
a second out of the inning.
Really nice pitch there by Tessa Jones.
Now the infield can go back to regular depth, play at any base.
I've always said I just love that changeup from her, and when she can locate it like that, that is a tough
She's
pitch.
had several of them that have just fallen off the table a little bit short, mid-low, but that one well placed. Good pitch on the outside corner for strike 1 to her counterpart in the circle, Carter Price, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a fly out to left. A fly out to center and a fly out to right.
Carter hitting 282 coming in on the year. Try and help herself out.
Just over the backstop, off both railings, and a nice little snag by one of the Southeast Polk fans there.
Still wasn't as nice as yours.
Again, he was one-handed.
That is true.
Off the ricochet twice. Oh and 2 now to Carter Price. Base is still loaded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Hard hit ball past Jenna Gray at first, and 2 runs come in to score. Delaney kind of held on to that ball a little bit. I would have liked to see her come up firing that ball home to get maybe have a chance to get that second runner, but hindsight might be 20/20 there. But Price helping herself,
there.
with 2 RBIs on that nice single through the just past Jenna Gray. Just a little bit too much heat for Jenna to get her glove on it.
Yeah, I thought for a second she was going to at least knock it down, but just didn't quite get to it.
Ivy Iroko. She's 0 for 3. Grounded out to the third baseman in her first at bat. Popped up to the catcher and then popped up to Genevieve York in foul territory her last at bat.
266 coming in. Oh boy.
Oh.
That's
Sophia couldn't quite handle that ball in the throwdown, or else I think she's dead to rights there, but the run comes across on the double steal. One ball, one strike to Ivy Iroko.
Sometimes you'll see the pitcher cut that off on that play, but
with 2 outs there, I think they figured that we can go ahead and get the out there, and the runner waited to see if the ball went through, and then took off. But like I said, Sophia just couldn't quite handle the throw. And as Tessa's maybe losing it a little bit here, the zone is shrinking.
Yeah, it seems to be, and
misses that one poorly outside for the walk.
Yeah, it's a good job by Miracle here to come out and settle her down a little bit as she's getting, I think, a little frustrated with the ump. And probably everything else that's been going on.
Mm-hmm. So Southeast Polk putting a lot of pressure on the Dial Center Grime defense here. And we've not come through with flying colors here. So we've got 3 errors on the game, 1 this inning. And they've put a 4 spot here after a 5 spot in the 5th inning.
Oh,
this is the 9th hitter of the inning again. They had 10 batters came to the plate in the 5th, and now this is the 9th batter here in the 6th, and we're going to be a pitching change with Kale Montag coming into the circle from second base.
This is one of those good learning lesson games. You know, it's a really good 5A opponent for DCG. It's not a conference game. You know, you learn from this and then you move on, despite no matter what happens, either way. But yeah, it's a really good 5A Southeast Polk team.
So Tessa Jones will go to second base here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Of course, we've seen Kale Montag pitch several times this year. She's got a 8-2 record, and she comes in with a 1.97 ERA.
A 2.44 batting average against for her. I think she's wanting to get her. Oh, here comes Avery to the rescue with her mask.
Avery's been busy tonight as well. Your whole family's getting involved in this one.
Two outs, bottom of the 6th. Number 9 hitter Kenna Brooker comes to the plate, and Kale starts her out with strike 1. Brooker is 1 for 3 on the night with a single. She had the little squibber to third that she beat the throw out, but Genevieve threw it down the line to Delaney instead of to Jenna, and allowed Kenna to get to second base and into scoring position. Should be a foul ball there.
You saw it right away.
Fouls that off her leg while she's still in the box.
It's close to almost being an out. It was close.
Another step and it would have been.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Kenna Brooker with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And she punches it right back to Kale, who makes the quick throw to first for the final out of the inning. So the Rams score 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. There was 1 Dallas Center Grimes error, and they left 2 runners on base. So the Ram offense has come to life here in the last 2 innings, as the Mustang defense has kind of
helped them out a little bit.
Been lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
Here.
I mean, we said this before. It's a good job by Southeast Polk to take advantage of it, you know, and like you said, putting pressure. And DCG needs to clean some stuff up. Good learning experience for them, especially going forward into
good competition as we prep for tournament time.
Yep. I'm interested to see how Tessa responds here at the plate.
Yeah.
Obviously, she was a little frustrated in the circle, and maybe she'll take it out on the ball here.
We hope in a positive way. Just start with a square one up here. You can't win it with 1 swing here.
It's very true. So Thursday, we have the DCG Invitational, which we just learned before the game going to be renamed.
Yes, the Schlafke Invitational.
Yes. I think that's very deserving.
He coached here for 20 years out of a 43-year coaching career. Tessa first pitch swinging and pops it up to the third baseman for the first out of the inning. That brings up Sophia Baumann. Sophia with a home run and a pop out to the third baseman. Takes ball 1 up and away.
It's a nice job by Tamantri, the catcher there. Grabbed that one.
Had to stretch a little.
Yeah, had some heat on it.
Mustangs need to find a way to get on base. I was a little bit worried about that because Tamantri's been catching everything back there. But it just gets out of her reach.
We're talking about that. So Thursday they've got the DCG Invitational here, and then turn around, and on Monday we'll be back.
Yes.
Against Iowa City West.
Iowa City West, as Sophia punches one down just foul. The umpire took a long time to make a call on that.
Yeah, he did.
I think he waited to see the third baseman call it foul before he made his judgment. And to be fair, I thought that the third baseman was kind of blocking his view a little bit, but you can't wait till she's halfway to second base before you call it.
Yeah, if I was Sophia, I'd take a moment here, get your breath back, because he did take a long time to call that foul ball.
So 1-1 count here to Sophia. Takes ball 1 just over the toes. So this is just the 6th inning, so DCG will have one more time around, but we've got to get 3 outs on defense before that happens. So it'd be nice to scratch 1 or 2 here as Sophia strikes out on a big swing there. I had my count off there. I had it at 2-1, but it must have been 2-2.
Next up for the Mustangs, number 14, J.C. Jameson.
Jameson steps up here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. She had a nice single her last time up, and then a line drive out to the right fielder that was caught in her first plate appearance. But she takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Dugout's not giving up. They're still cheering over there.
That's right.
Ball 1 a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And JC fouls that one off over the right side of the backstop and stands.
You know, they say in poker, chip in a chair. You still have 4 outs here, so you're not out of this thing.
You just got to keep working, win every pitch, win every at-bat, and it will come around. And that's one that he'd been calling a couple times tonight, but he didn't call strike 3 on JC there. Deuces are wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the number 9 hitter, J.C. Jameson, the designated player, stepping to the plate. And his pitch in the same spot as the last one is now called strike 3. Times with no runs on no hits. There were no Southeast Polk errors and nobody left on base. Mustangs now trail the Rams 10 runs to 6. And Southeast Polk will start the 7th inning at the top of the order again. This will be the 3rd time that the leadoff hitters actually let off an inning, which doesn't happen all that often, but it has tonight for the Rams.
Carter Price doing a really nice job as a sophomore in that circle. You know, she's given
keeping hitters off balance.
Yeah, she's given up 6 runs, but
kept them in the game. Kept them in the game long enough,
yes.
And then the offense came to life.
Absolutely.
Clark has been on base each of her last 2 times and scored both times. She's actually 3 for 4 on the day, with her only time not reaching a pop out that Sophia Baumann made a nice catch on there at shortstop.
Let's see what Kale Montag has in the circle here. She was able to get out of that last inning.
Yes.
I think she's progressed pretty well this year in the circle.
She does a nice job.
She plays her position really well. Obviously,
good
coming
defensive.
over from second base, and she gets a lot of balls hit right back to her. We've seen that a lot this year.
I don't think that she uses the rise ball as much, but I think she has a lot more pitches with downward movement that forces those grounders. Good pitch on the inside corner there to start strike 1. This is the first time this year we've made it to the 7th inning. And we're behind.
That's remarkable, though.
Hard ball. Sophia with the grounder and the throw to first for the out.
Beautiful play by Sophia Baumann. Shortstop extraordinaire.
Good play by Fia there to get the first out of the inning and keep that leadoff hitter off. That brings up Ava Miller, who is, let's see, pop out in the first, walk in the 3rd, error in the 5th, and now, and then a sacrifice last inning, and falls behind 0-1 here. So
she's been busy.
0 for 3 right now with a walk and a sacrifice. Sorry, 0 for 2 with a walk and a sacrifice. And right back to Kale, just like we talked about.
Yeah.
She steps and throws to make the 2nd out of the inning.
I mean, if you've seen her in the circle this year, I mean, it's probably at least one of those an inning. She just, it seems like it does. It's just that little bounce right back to her. She grabs it, whips it to Jenna at first, and see ya.
Kennedy Barode to the plate now. Kennedy is 0 for 3 with a walk. Reached on an error last at bat. She hit that hard liner that went off of Sophia's glove. Unable to corral it there. It was hard hit, but Sophia just had to take a couple steps to her left there. And I don't know if that ball was maybe knuckling. That one bounces off the base, and Jenna able to corral it and get the play at first.
That had some nasty spin on that thing, too, when Jenna tried to grab it.
I think it hit the base right before she fielded it. And fortunately, it didn't get away too far.
You know, Tessa saying, where was that luck when I was in the circle?
Yeah. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Rams in the top of the 7th. So that takes us to the bottom of the 7th, where the Mustangs need to get some base runners as they trail by 4 late in the game here in the bottom of the 7th.
We want to say thank you again to Charter Bank real quick. Our live stream sponsor. Charter Bank is 100% locally owned with local management and staff delivering prompt local decision-making who are committed to helping our communities thrive. Chart your success with Charter Bank.
And whether you're Charter Bank or somebody else, we'd love to have somebody step in and be the sponsor for our playoff games here on July 12th. And then if we win that, it would be again the 15th, I believe.
Yeah, 12th and the 15th. So we're hoping to bring those to you.
If we are going to score some runs, the top of the order is a good place to try, and that's where we're at with Fetters, Gray, and Abens. Mustangs able to get a few runs on the board tonight, just not quite enough yet. And Price has done a great job, as she did on that pitch there, hitting that inside corner and not allowing the Mustangs to really get the barrel on the ball, except for the 2 home runs. There haven't been really any hard hit balls.
Yeah.
Even the singles have been relatively soft, just in the right places. Flares that foul down the right field line and falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, just like you said, she's done a really great job of attacking the inside, keeping the DCG hitters off balance.
Just throwing that, must be throwing that screwball a lot. That's just coming in on the hands. Delaney with the fight there to keep fouling that pitch off.
Delaney just missed that one.
3 pitches, 3 foul balls, and we stand at 0-2 in the bottom of the 7th. This will test the metal here. Ooh, lucky tip off the catcher. Oh, did she get it? No. Umpire said that the throw beater on the 1 to 4 to 3 putout, as that ball tipped off the pitcher's gloves right to the second baseman, for her to be able to barely have enough time to get Delaney at first. And now Jenna Gray steps to the plate. Jenna is 1 for 3 with a single in her last plate appearance and takes ball 1 there.
I thought if Price didn't hit that, it might have been a single right up the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. So, again, just unlucky for DCG tonight.
Top row fans could have reached up and caught that, but their reactions were not fast enough.
Well, that was a really hard hit or a foul ball from Jenna Gray. What's
I don't know.
If this is
talking
one of
about
those
something
situations again, like she had at Linmar over the weekend, right, where she got called out for hitting the paint, the chalk at the batter's box. I'm not sure.
Don't know.
I'm just
I didn't
speculating.
notice anything that she did that would have been questionable, but he obviously talked to her about something, and then Coach Miracle came down to make sure that he understood what was going on. And Jenna just crushes one to center field.
She just turned around and kind of said, I'm going to mess with my stance. I'm just going to do a little Mustang trot here.
Hold one there.
Yeah.
To get us 1 run closer. Still got 3 to make up. But if you can get a run without, you don't want to trade run for outs. That now brings Addie Avens to the plate with still just 1 out.
That's Jenna Gray's 14th home run on the year.
And I marked that an Addie Avens spot, so hopefully she'll come around with a home run as well, because I put that in the wrong place.
We'll take it.
She swung for it, but
yeah, I got a little excited there. That was just another rocket from Jenna.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter.
Yeah. She got under this one.
Yep. F8 for the second out of the inning. We're down to our last out with Kale Montag stepping in. Kale, who's pitching now. Chance to help herself and maybe get a come from behind victory here. Takes strike 1 on the generous inside corner.
He does like that inside corner.
And Price is not wasting any time.
No.
She is, the second that umpire takes his hand down, she is starting her windup.
I really like this from Kale, just try to get it off her rhythm a little bit. You know, that cat and mouse game that the batters and pitchers play.
Ball outside. Makes the count 2-1. Ball 3 low.
This is
Kale being patient enough at the plate.
Yeah, she got herself into a good hitter's count here.
If we can see if we can ball 4 or a base hit. Either way.
Just trying to extend it for DCG.
And that generous inside corner gets her again. He brings it to a full count. So Mustangs down to their last strike of their last out with Montag in there with a full count. Price is chomping at the bit to get her pitch delivered, and she does. And ball 4. So Kale works a walk there with a good at bat.
Yeah, really good at bat.
And the Mustangs still have life. Let's see if now that Kale is the pitcher, if there'll be a courtesy runner for her. If looks like Hayden Smith's coming out to run, as she's now courtesy for Kale.
It's a nice job by Kale, though. Just battling. You know, on that 3-1 pitch, she didn't like it. Obviously, it was called a strike, but that's not her pitch anyway.
No, you can't do much with that.
No.
Genevieve York steps in. She is 3 for 3 with a home run and 2 singles. Like to see her stay hot here and see if she can't extend this game for the Mustangs. Strike 1 on the inner half of the plate there.
Genevieve doesn't really like to do anything until there's 2 strikes. So.
She hasn't yet. All 3 hits tonight have come with 2 strikes.
Her count now.
Now she's got the 2 strikes. Now she can go to work.
If you're DCG, you're just trying to extend, obviously,
That's
this
exactly
game.
right. Just find a way.
Yep.
Any way you can get on base. Price has hit a couple batters, so if you need to use that as a way to get on, you do it.
I thought that was going to happen.
Ball 1 up and in a little bit. I'm guessing he must have been just up because he'd been calling that spot, that pitch a little bit lower, a strike. So I don't think it was in. Even as it looked in.
I think you're right. I think it was up.
And that is strike 3 to end the game. I don't think there's any question about that one. And Genevieve's going to wish she had had that one back, but still a valiant effort by the Mustangs to continue fighting even as they fell behind there in the 6th inning. Those 2 rough innings is all it took for Southeast Polk to be able to come away victorious tonight. Finish the night with the 10-7 victory. The number 6 team in 5A, Southeast Polk Rams, beat the number 2 ranked in 4A, Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs, by a final of 10-7.
It's a really fun game, though. I mean, back and
it
forth.
Was. And
I mean, obviously, if you're DCG, you want those errors back because it really helped Southeast Polk. But if you're Southeast Polk, their hitters got going too. I mean, they were hitting the ball pretty hard.
On a roll.
Yeah,
they were forcing plays to be made, and we did make them all.
Yep, it was a fun game, good learning experience for DCG, and we'll be back at it again here on Thursday.
And as we talked about during the game, a good opportunity as we're entering the postseason here next Saturday, that they're going to have times like this where they're going to have to battle through some adversity.
Yes.
They faced the adversity tonight. They continued to battle even though it didn't come out their way. And we'll just need to see if they can continue to battle moving forward. We got another tough opponent, Iowa City, who I believe is also a 5A school, on Monday. But before that, we'll play 2 games, I think Urbandale, and I'm not sure who the other game is on Thursday.
Is it Dowling?
Yes,
yeah.
Dowling.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be a learning experience for a young Mustang team, and all this is good, especially going into the postseason, like you said. So it was a fun game. We actually saw a full game.
Yep. And we came up on the short side.
Yeah, we're not perfect any longer. I jinxed that. That's my fault. So.
We'll be more humble in the future, but fun night of softball here.
Great catch by you earlier. I mean, that was a good time tonight, Tim.
It was, and the Mustangs will bounce back. They're a resilient team, and we'll be excited to see what they can do on Thursday at the now Steve Schlafke Invitational.
That's right.
So,
I think that's it's a great name for it.
Yep. So we will sign off here for tonight from Burnett Park, where the Rams beat the Mustangs 10-7, and we will see you back here again on Monday night for Iowa City, which will also be senior night. So come on out and support the seniors. There's 3 of them this year. But before then, come out and support Mustang softball and all the teams that'll be here on Thursday. For those of you that are able to, we'd love to have you help volunteer. The concession stand is open all day, and need lots of volunteers to make that happen. So come out and support us. But thank you for supporting Mustang softball on DCG TV, and we will see you on Monday. Good night.
Gets tired. I come alive when it's do or die. Bravery's my instinct to run into the face of the fire.